Hi, my name is Kevin Blanche. Today I'm going to talk about the subject of I think we should shut down all offshore drilling. All of it. Enough. Just shut it down. And I'm going to explain to you how this will not affect the price of oil. Everybody's all vile and this has turned into a political football. Look, price of oil is set by the strength of our currency. In the 1990s, when our currency was strong and our economy was strong, a barrel of oil was $10 a barrel. I mean, it would range between 8 and 15. Sometimes maybe go as high as 20, God forbid. Why do you think it went to 160? We had massive inflation in this country because our currency got so weak. Look, as a currency gets weaker and weaker and weaker, it takes more of that currency to buy the intrinsic value, because the value of the intrinsic value does not get weaker. Gold, silver, oil, houses. It takes more of that currency to buy it. Look, you could draw this right down. Get out your map of the currencies against the euro, against the yen, against the pound, all of them. The euro was 70-80 cents against the dollar the day we went into Iraq. These wars, they devalued our currency because we had to go in such debt. That's what happens when you fight wars. You run debts up. That's what goes on. So we went from against the euro from 70-80 cents to $1.60. Okay, that's what fuels the price of oil in the CBO pits. It is the strength of our currency. It is the major component of how oil is priced. You guys have all fell for it in this country where, oh, we don't offshore drill all over. You're going to be paying more at the pumps. It's bullshit. It's a very small component. I could break it down as an economist right to the penny. I've done it. I've got it broken down. It is a very small component to this. Look, offshore oil drilling went crazy in the last 10 years. I mean, we had a big oil guy in the White House. Dick Cheney was the ex-CEO of Halliburton, please. George Bush failed oil companies all over. George Bush calls Prince Bandar brother Bandar. I mean, please, these were oil people. They went freaking crazy offshore drilling. Did oil prices go down? No, they went up. And to the religious right, that's who empowered the evangelicals in this country, and the religious right, that's who it empowered. That's who put Bush in office. That was Karl Rove's business model. And to you people, the Gospels clearly call it out over and over and over that it is a sin to pollute Mother Earth. Every single religion, theology there ever was, you can go all the way up, all the way, I don't care if it's Buddhism, whatism, all the way down. It is a sin to destroy Mother Earth. It's written into all their theologies, all of them. This has nothing to do with right or left. Look, it was said many years ago, maybe Plato, one of the great philosophers, said there are 4 levels to addiction: gambling, drugs, alcohol, sex, and power. And power is the most dangerous. That's what's happened to this country. Greed and power have taken these people over. This is like a drug. It is like heroin on steroids. That's what's happened. These people are sick with greed. Their minds have been taken over, and the government's not going to help us. Look, and the environmental movement is nothing more than a debating society. Look, it's like this. If you're a government employee, you get a job, it's like you hit the lottery. No one makes you work. They don't do anything. These government agencies has been that way for decades. They don't do shit. They got a job, collect the thing, they fly around, they're a debating site. They don't do nothing. They're not doers like you and I. Look, I'm a construction worker, been a plaster for 35 years. I'm a doer. You know, we need doers like the fishermen in the Gulf. They're doers. We need doers. We don't need talkers. That's what we got. The environmentalist movement is a debating society. They hire some celebrity to come out to raise money. They're no better than the oil companies. The environmentalist movement needs to be taken over in this country by doers like you and I. And you know what? I'm not an activist. I'm not really an environmentalist. I'm a construction worker who's pissed off about this whole thing. Look, we need to raise our voice. Our vote is not going to... We need doers to empower this thing. We need to change popular opinion in this country. Enough of this bullshit. Enough of empowering the conservative movement. The conservative movement over the last 30 years, and that's not a slam on the conservatives, that's what this country's done in the last 30 years. On the left and the right, we become more conservative. Well, the power somehow crept in, and they got control, and they tricked the American public through all these different power lobbies. It's about power and greed. They're sick. It's like heroin on steroids to these people. Look, we are not, you hear this free marketplace, we are guided capitalism in this country. We've always been guided capitalism. And guided capitalism means this. Yeah, we have free markets, but they are regulated. We have to regulate our food supply. We have to regulate our airline industry. We have to regulate people that are exploiting and extracting our natural resources out of our earth. It's got to be that way. That's free pure marketplace, what's going on in the Gulf. We've never been that. We're guided capitalism. This Obama's a socialist. I mean, you people don't even know what you're talking about. And to the environmentalist movement, hello, wake up. You're not a debating society. We need doers like the fishermen in the Gulf. You know, like me, a construction worker. Look at this scar. Yeah, I fell off a roof after 35 years of plastering a few years ago. Broke my back, punctured my lung, crushed my skull, severed my tongue. I was critical, given very little chance. I couldn't even walk. I rehabbed for 3 years. Come back. I'm a doer. We need doers. Stop this offshore drilling, all of it. It's not going to change your prices at the pump one single penny. And I could prove it. I could break it down right to the penny. What controls oil prices in this country? In the pits. That's where these are world markets. The prices are set by traders in these pits. At the CBO. Is the strength of our currency. Our economy is so weak and we've run inflation so high that everything has moved up. Houses, gold, silver, wheat, corn, oil, everything, because it takes more of that cash to buy that intrinsic value. That intrinsic asset does not weaken. It's always the same. That's why it's an intrinsic asset. But it takes more of that to buy it. It's weaker. As our currency gets stronger, oil prices were coming down. Remember this. Oil was $10 a barrel in the late 90s because we had economic prosperity. And to the environmentalist movement, you guys suck. You guys are punks. You hire some celebrity and raise money. You guys are as sickening as the politicians. You guys are as sickening as a Wall Street banker. That's all you are.